Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 49. So, I was going through some of my stuff, like I do every once in a while, just to see what I have and what I should be keeping, holding on to, tossing, because, I've been collecting a lot of things, and, this is what's great about having this man cave, is that I can actually find the things that I really want to keep, at least for now anyways, and, decide on what else I have that is, kicking around, maybe time to start getting rid of it. But I came across this when I was going through my my card stuff, because I have a lot of card games, and I've done a few videos on them. But this one is unique. I mean, this is not a card game. This is a game in a card. And what I mean by that is that in order to access Donkey Kong, you need the Game Boy e-reader, and of course you need the Game Boy. So this concept, it came out in 2001, I believe, in Japan first, and then it came to Canada, or, well, America, in 2002. And the concept of this really wasn't, I guess, intended to just have its own game, but to interact with other games. So you would, you'd be playing something like Pokemon or something like that, and you could swipe cards to add stuff to the game. I believe to do that, though, I think you need to have, like, another Game Boy or something. I don't know. I didn't buy it for that purpose. I bought it because Donkey Kong, my favorite game, and all the other little things that came with it. I just thought it was kind of neat. Like, they had other Nintendo classics, like they got this one, Pinball, which, funny enough, I don't actually have the real cartridge, but I have this, so I can actually play it on the Game Boy if I want. And, of course, where there's Donkey Kong, there's Donkey Kong Jr. And the cards actually don't look bad themselves. I mean, they have artwork, they have a little bit of story or little bits of things on the back. They give you the title screen. So, the way these things work... I also have the Game & Watch one. And I believe that the concept of this was that they would use these as promos, or when you buy games, you can get cards in them, or magazines, they could throw a couple of cards in there, and that gives you a game. Now, the way you actually use this is first you have to plug this peripheral into your Game Boy. Now, again, I mean, this is supposed to be a portable system, so adding stuff to it really takes away from the portability of it, but still cool nonetheless. So it just slides in like a normal cartridge. Click. It's got a little piece that slides into the expansion port piece, and you're ready to go with this big honking piece of machinery. Again, not really portable. You wouldn't put this in your pocket. Well, maybe you would if you have big pockets, but I mean really big pockets. So at this point, you would turn the system on. Now I know you're probably not going to be able to see this because the Game Boy, it's not. I mean the lighting. There's no real true backlighting on it. In fact, I had to get one of these things, which is the light that you actually would plug into your Game Boy, just so I could see the thing half the time. And that's a problem with this thing. I can't use this, even though it does have that expansion piece to fit that. It doesn't actually fit because it's got this little plastic piece. I'd have to break that plastic piece off just to get that in there, just to have this light. And then I got this even bigger, more ridiculous looking portable gaming piece of brilliance. But anyways, yeah, so let's put that aside. So the way this would work, so now I got the e-reader thing running, and then I would turn it on, and it says press a button, and I would do that, and then it gives me some options here. It says you want to scan a card. I know you probably can't see that. I can barely see this. And here, the only thing that's cool is that, I mean, I used this a long time ago, so I actually just pulled this out of a bin that I had, because I'm like, I found the cards, I'm like, I know I have the reader. And when I plugged it in, it still has Donkey Kong in there. So you don't always have to keep scanning the cards. It will save your last one, and then you can decide if you want to overwrite that one and put a new game in. In order to do this, if you hit the scan, this is going to be really weird, but I got these cards in card sleeves just to keep them protected. I mean, you don't have to. So what you would end up doing, and this is where this thing becomes kind of cumbersome, I guess you could say. You have to slide it through like you're sliding a credit card, and then it will read each line. So this this one, you can see there's the line there of gibberish, and then there's one there, and that's all barcode. So you're really just scanning. I mean, for this one, it's no big deal because it's two. So I'd scan once, it would register, then I'd turn the card over, I'd scan again. I feel like I'm in a grocery store or something, buying groceries. And then when it is ready, it will say, okay, you want to play the game now, and then you play it. Now you got this nice game. You can't pull this unit out. It's not going to save it in the Game Boy, obviously. So you got to keep this thing in there, which is, you know, again, there goes the portability. But, I mean, you know, it's a novel concept, and I can see how this kind of was a good idea at the time. Just didn't take off. I mean, I don't think it went past 2002. I think the system just failed at that point. But the cards look cool nonetheless. I mean, I even got this Animal Crossing one, and I think that was part of the series of game from the GameCube at the time that you can interact with the game. Kind of neat. But, you know, when it comes down to it, like for Donkey Kong, you can see right in the corner there's a 1, and then there's a 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. So, each card has 2 barcodes, which means that's 10 swipes you're going to have to do of these cards and registering of the machine. So you're going to be like, swipe, swipe, and so on, and so on, and so on, and then you can play Donkey Kong. But then if you're sick of playing Donkey Kong after a couple games, then you got to go back to your new cards, or your other cards I should say, and swipe again 10 times into the system. Maybe if this thing could store all of the games after you swipe them and keep them in there, it might be a good idea. But, you know, because then you can actually just carry this thing around with a whole bunch of games, and whatever, who cares? I mean, this is so ancient now, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely different than carrying around a ton of these guys. But I like I said, I could see where they were going. Interesting idea, interesting concept. I still kept it. I didn't get rid of it. And I didn't buy too many of these. I mean, these were inexpensive. I think it was like $5 to $7 for a pack of these. So it's like a game for like under $10. I mean, if you bought Donkey Kong the cartridge at that time, you were paying probably like $40, $50. So, you know, pretty good investment, I guess. I honestly don't remember how much this was. This, I think this was sold with a something. Maybe it was sold with the pinball or something. I can't remember. But yeah, the only booster pack I have is the Donkey one that I kept. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show this off because it's kind of a neat piece of retro gaming history, and you know, well, it's 2002. But still cool nonetheless, and you know, you can see why it probably didn't catch on. You can see why it probably crashed and burned, but I mean, that's innovation for you, right? Some things are going to take off, some things are just going to nosedive. Yeah, anyways, hope you liked the video, hope you learned something new, or, you know, if you had one of these, I'd like to hear about it. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching Brian's Man Cave, and to all those who have subscribed to my channel, and to all those who like to leave comments. Just as a reminder, I also have a page called Man Cave Connections. This is where you have a chance to show off your own man cave or woman cave, and also look at others. Just simply go to www.briansmancave.com for details, and you'll see a menu item which says Man Cave Connections.